Ladies and gentlemen,
Was that the music?
welcome once again the delectable RG Genix. Orgenica.
I think I am more excited.
With stories trending around the world. Hello, Genix. Action.
Genix action. Very well. I'm helping too. Well, all right. Very well. How are you guys this morning?
Good. You see why I was turning my face?
Yes, I saw that.
I had to summon my...
Good job.
Everything.
Great job. Yeah. Now take it to rest.
Doctor.
We miss Dr. Abati. Well, all right. Good morning to you viewers. Here are some of the stories that are trending across the globe. In the United States, President Joe Biden's legal team on Wednesday found a fresh batch of classified government records at a second location in a growing political embarrassment for the White House. The first cache was found at a private office in Washington, D.C. that Biden used after his vice presidency. Former President Donald Trump is facing a criminal investigation for allegedly mishandling classified files. In Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari on Wednesday received executive members of the Catholic Bishops' Conference of Nigeria at the Presidential Villa in Abuja. The Bishop of Sokoto Diocese, Matthew Hassan Kuka, who in his 2022 Christmas message said that Buhari's administration has failed, was among the clergymen who paid the president a visit. After the meeting, both men did away with malice and shook hands as the president described the bishop as the most vigorous fighter. In Peru, prosecutors have launched an inquiry into President Dina Boluarte and key ministers in the country over weeks of clashes that have left dozens of people dead. The officials are being investigated on charges of genocide, qualified homicide, and serious injuries. Violence erupted after ex-president Pedro Castillo was arrested in December for trying to dissolve Congress. Under sports, former world number one Naomi Osaka announced that she is pregnant on Wednesday and plans to return to competition in 2024. The two-time Australian Open champion withdrew from the tournament on Sunday, January 8th, taking to social media. The 25-year-old Japanese star, who has been dating American rapper Corday, posted what she called a little life update for 2023. With a picture of an ultrasound. Osaka hasn't played a competitive match since September and has taken mental health breaks in recent years. She said she will return to tennis and plans to be in Melbourne for the start of the Grand Slam season.
Titanic was called the Ship of Dreams.
Finally, under entertainment, after 25 years of hitting the cinemas, James Cameron's epic love story, The Titanic, is heading back to theaters for Valentine's Day. The movie, which debuted on December 19, 1997, tells the story of a fictional duo that meets aboard the ill-fated Titanic in 1912. In it, upper-class teenager Rose Bucketeer, who is engaged to a wealthy man, is on the ship's maiden voyage. With her widowed mother, she meets Jack Dawson, a young artist who won a third-class ticket at the last minute during a poker game. The pair fall in love just before the ship collides with a fatal iceberg. Paramount Pictures, in celebrating the 25th anniversary of the movie, which has won dozens of awards since its debut and has been nominated for far more, in a new trailer announced that the movie will be back on the big screen in 4K and 3D for a limited time beginning February 10th.
To make each day count.
I'll never let go, Jack. I'll never let go.
I can tell the lovers in the room. Look at you. I cannot wait.
Audrey.
Valentine's Day. Well, before Valentine's Day, it's going to be out. Yes.
For me,
yeah,
there are two movies. But Titanic is number one.
Yes.
The second one, Lover's movie, is The Notebook.
Oh, yes.
Me too. Oh, okay, you see,
Notebook.
it's The Notebook.
Yes.
Titanic and The Notebook High up there, love movie.
Why do they always have to die in your movie? The end, both of them.
For me, that's the extent of love. It was, oh goodness, love is a beautiful thing.
I think we can all agree that we're all lovers and not fighters.
Oh, definitely, we're big lovers.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Well, absolutely. Well, let's continue what's trending with reactions trailing comments made by the presidential candidate of the All Progressives Congress, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who during a rally in Enugu State urged his supporters in the APC to work hard until he becomes the president of Nigeria, or they will not be rewarded, not even with a soaked slice of bread. The comment, however, has generated several reactions, with some accusing the former Lagos State governor of disrespecting the Igbos. Let's take a listen before we take some reactions.
The Deputy National Chairman for the South, where you have represented well the chairman of our party, national chairman. But nobody will give all of you any credit. You are working hard, you are sweating now. We want you to sweat well for this party until you deliver victory. Yes, sir. Until Bola Tinubu became the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Yes, sir. We will not give you but a slight clap or a soaked slice of bread.
Well, all right, let's take some reactions. This is from Chinaza, who wrote, "Until Bola Tinubu becomes the president of Nigeria, we will not give you but a soaked slice of bread. Tinubu has warned the Igbos that they will continue to be marginalized until he gets support from them." While Chief Nomso wrote, "Candidates to the Igbos, Atiku, vote for me because I am the stepping stone to Igbo presidency. Tinubu, Igbos will keep getting marginalized until they vote for me. Peter Obi, don't vote for me because I'm an Igbo man. Vote because I'm the best choice and the man you can trust." Well, Uche wrote, "It sounds like Tinubu was referring to APC members, telling them to work and sweat for the party or they won't get anything. Listen again. The crowd are mostly party members, not a dig at Igbos in any shape or form. Put what he said into context. Not a fan of his, but the truth be told." Ayo, Rufai, go first. I mean, I thought that, this clarification by Uche was very necessary because a lot of Twitter users went on about the fact that he tried to marginalize the Igbos because he made that reference in Enugu State and he didn't make those comments in other states. But I think that he was just talking to the APC members who he believes should work hard towards his presidency. What do you make of that?
In all fairness, let's call it spade a spade.
Yeah.
Tinubu was talking to his APC members.
Yeah.
At the start of the statement, he mentioned the party chairman that had been working.
Yes.
And he said, "You will not be appreciated until you win." All right, that's why he said, soaked slice of bread. I found that a bit funny. Yeah. And he said, okay, just
we're
half
never going to
clap.
get enough.
That means we'll not applaud you properly.
Yes.
I remember when he said, just clap half.
Yeah.
So I think he was stomping to his fellow APC members. And let's not take this out of context. I mean, because if he was actually referring to Igbo people, we'll be able to see that it wasn't about any form of marginalization. And let's call it spade a spade. We can't be here when things are said and because of politics we say it's otherwise. No.
Absolutely.
He was talking to his people, the APC people. He was calling on his people and said, okay, the chairman, the only time we applaud you will be when you finally deliver for us.
Fair statement.
And that's it. So that's it, fair statement. I think we can't call it further than that.
Ayo.
Well, thanks for calling a spade all the time. And when it's correct, it's correct. I'm very grateful for Uche's clarification. We must be careful, even for those who are pushing for fairness and let's not divide along ethnic lines,
yes,
not be guilty of the same things that we say. So he was speaking to his people. He might not have been able to express himself. Things can be taken out of context, like Uche said. He might not have been able to express himself the way he thought. Or if when you're speaking to your family members, there are things you would say, or when I say for their family members in APC. But we must understand that Enugu State is a PDP-controlled state. And so, in terms of calling his APC members in the state to work hard is well within reason. Not to forget, we said earlier on that there are party wranglings within the Enugu APC chapter. People are not pleased with the Enugu APC chairman, Ugo Agbala, whom they say was imposed on them. And some of the APC chieftains, Senator Ken Inamani, former Senate President, Sullivan Chime, former Governor Sullivan Chime, and the likes were not at the campaign rally. So it could also be a word to say that get your acts together, work, and let us get the votes. Put aside, grievances or wranglings, and let us bring this state back to the APC. Because it was, Sullivan Chime, former Governor Sullivan Chime of the APC was the governor, and the PDP, Ifeanyi Iguanyi, now is of the PDP. So important statement. Please, let's be careful more than ever as we get closer to election dates, not to whip up ethnic sentiments for whatever reason.
Well said, Ayo. Well, in another development, the All Progressives Congress Presidential Campaign Council has queried the health status of the flag bearer of the People's Democratic Party, Atiku Abubakar, who is currently in the United Kingdom meeting with officials of the UK government. Bayo Ononuga, the spokesperson of the APC Campaign Council, in a statement on Wednesday, claimed that Atiku's visit to the United Kingdom was camouflaged as a meeting with British officials instead of a medical visit. The spokesman also asked the PDP presidential candidate to respond to recent allegations linking him to corruption. Well, his statement read in part, "It's time for Atiku Abubakar, the 76-year-old presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, to come clean over two issues clouding his campaign: his health status, his scandalous confession of how he colluded with his former boss, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, to fleece the Nigerian treasury using the special purpose vehicles after he became vice president in 1999. I mean, Bayo Ononuga has come up again. I mean, he's been accusing the PDP for a while now, I believe about 5 days, questioning where, his whereabouts, and now he's, questioning these corruption allegations. I'm sure you both are aware of the hashtag AtikuGate that has been trending on social media after one of his alleged spokesmen came out to talk about the fact that, Atiku was engaged with some sort of corruption. He was, given 100 million naira bribe by the Plateau state governor and all whatnot. I don't know what your thoughts are on this issue.
I mean, it's political season, but we can't sweep a lot of things under the carpet. The Atiku Gate thing had been trending. We asked Daniel Bwala, I said, they don't know if the man ever worked for them at some point and all of that. I think they should come clean with it. I think they should be able to put out a robust statement. Any allegation is good enough. As long as it's out in the public space, it should be interrogated. I think we should come clean as regards that. Also, I think every candidate should release their health records.
You always talk about that.
Yeah. Also, the allegations against Tinubu too should be put on the table. There are many allegations. It should be put on the table. Just like if people have allegations against Peter Obi, it should be put on the table. They've talked about Pandora Papers. He's come here. He sat down on that seat to clear the air. But this thing should be revisited. It's political season. Let's put everything on the table. I hope the table doesn't break when we put it.
Table shaker.
But let's put everything on the table.
Yes.
Because you see, we have a right to be able to scrutinize the person that will eventually be the leader of this country.
Absolutely.
So if there's any word out there, you must come out and clear beyond reasonable doubt. And that's why one of the reasons we called for debates, for all the candidates to attend debates, because you see, it's during debates that you put all of these concerns to the candidate themselves and they respond to it. But as it is the case now that we've not had debates in this country, which is very sad for the country, and I hope that the next election cycle will not have, people telling us that they cannot debate, then everything put on the table due to political seasons must be explained beyond reasonable doubt. Daniel Bwala has done some work as regards explaining that, but we should have more robust explanation. Bayo Ononuga has brought it forward again, which he has a right to do.
He does.
And all of them must put their health certificate or health check at the table. Let us see the state of health of all the candidates, because Nigerians deserve to know.
Well said, Rufai. Ayo.
Well, yeah, I agree with Rufai, but I can't help, I'm laughing OJ, you know why? Because when I saw the person that was making the accusation, I'm like, is this a deviation tactic so that we forget about the health situation of your own candidate, or perhaps so that we can forget about narcotics and about narcotics gate and Chicago gate and all the gates that are facing his presidential candidate. So the good thing for Nigerians is when these parties come together and start throwing stones at one another, this is our opportunity to be able to assess our candidates. So let their spokespersons keep throwing at themselves and calling themselves out. But Mr. Baranuga must not forget that Nigerians know that his candidate has not been able to demonstrate yet to us his health status, like Rufai has said. He hasn't been able to demonstrate to us yet. He hasn't been able to speak to us about the narcotic gate. And then he's also bringing on our... So let's bring both of them to the table. Let's have a conversation.
Absolutely.
Let us debate about it. The Nigerian people deserve to know.
We do.
Yeah. Let's put everything on the table.
Let's
destroy this table.
Yeah.
Let's bring everything, all the allegations, for all the candidates.
Yes.
You know, and if you have anything again, be it Peter, be Tinubu, be Atiku, be Kwankwaso, and all the other.
Bring it on.
Bring it on the table.
Absolutely.
Let's all be debate. Let's scatter the table.
Yes. Love it. Well said, both of you. We'll take another story. As the Independent National Electoral Commission presented the voters' register to political parties on Tuesday ahead of the forthcoming elections, many Nigerians are still apprehensive about receiving their voter cards, as we'll see in these videos captured by eyewitnesses in some parts of Lagos and in Benin, the Edo State capital.
We have been here since morning, and they are not giving us anything. So INEC, this is Ajimoni Grammar School. This is Ajimoni Grammar School. We are here since morning. Nobody has collected anything. We are here since 4 a.m. They haven't started, and this is 11. This is 11 a.m. Look at crowd here. This is Ajimoni Grammar School. This is Ajimoni. More hand to do what? Oga, tell us more hand to do what? Explain to us more hand to do what? More hand to do what? More hand to do what?
They don't want to share card because they don't vote or be. We don't vote or be. They don't want to share card. They know what they are doing. They know what they are doing. And today I'm not carrying this video. Yes. They know what they are doing. This money. Only 5 cards they don't give for the card. This money. 5 cards. Yeah, we die here. Yes. We will collect our cards.
We die here. Sounds funny. Rufai is cracking up, but
it's
it's
true.
not funny.
Yeah,
These
so-
people have been waiting for their PVCs. They deserve the right to vote. This is unacceptable, really.
Oji, they
Rufai.
deserve the right to vote. Look at between June and July. How many million people the other time registered?
Over 9
Over 9 million people registered, and you expect them not to get their PVC. 9 million is not small number in this election. In an election cycle that when you look at the antecedents of 2015 and 2019, that 15 million people normally decide the election winner, the presidential winner. Over 9 million people, they have to get their PVC,
I mean,
and they must.
Look at the
Hashtag we die here.
We die here.
Hashtag we protect. This is the energy we're looking for from Nigerians.
Yes.
You must protect your vote. Get your PVCs.
Now, we are not going to stop talking about this. All right, we shall take our final story. The governor of Rivers State, Nyesom Wike, was presented with a surprise announcement on Wednesday at the flag-up of a road construction in the state when the Deputy Speaker of the State's Assembly, Edison Ehi, told him that a woman who had difficulty giving birth delivered a baby boy after calling out the governor's name 3 times. Let's take a look.
As at yesterday night, there was a lady on labor. The lady tried, he couldn't put to bed. They had already prepared the theater for her to be operated this morning. But because of the nurses hearing that you're coming to Ahoda today, they were discussing and say, our deputy governor is coming to Ahoda today. This man likes Ahoda people. At the hearing of your name, the woman shouted and said, the God of Nyesom Wike, let me deliver safely. The God of Nyesom Wike, let me deliver safely. Your Excellency, 3 times the woman mentioned your name. She delivered a passing baby boy. Lord, praise the Lord. Your Excellency, that was your name. They came this morning and they say they want to name the boy in your name. I said, no, don't do that until I hear the confirmation from Your Excellency.
The God of wicked. That baby has to be named after the governor. It has to be named after the governor. Can you hear Rufai is dying. Well, I'm happy that I've been able to crack you all up this morning. Thank you all for your great analysis. The God of Ion, the God of Rufai. Thank you both of you. Well, okay. All right then. That's all I have for you on What's Trending today. I'll see you all tomorrow.